Hey houseplant friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be telling you about my top 10 favorite plants that are here at a chlorophyll corner. All of them except for one are for sale. One's a tease for later. Before we get into it, don't forget to check out a chlorophyll corner down at the link in the description, and also don't forget to like and subscribe. I am going to be starting off with probably my second favorite plant in the entire store. This is Anthurium longissimilobum. It's spelled Longissimilobum. It is commonly referred to as the Spiritus Sancti of aeroids. Last night when I was looking up the Etsy sales for this plant, essentially this plant, if you Google this plant on Etsy or eBay right now, is selling for $2,000 to $4,000. And here right now we have a 30% off sale. This plant is $685 plus tax, which will probably bring you over to about $700. But because of the 30% off sale right now, this plant will come out to just about $490 to $500 even after including tax. So if you have been wanting this plant and you live anywhere near Arizona, 100% you need to come out here and make the drive to come get this. I would be buying this if I had anywhere near enough money to do it, but I'm happy enough with my number one wishlist plant, which is the longissimilobum, which I get to take home. Chlorophyll Corner has it, and you can pick up some other plants while you're here too. So highly, highly, highly recommend. It's very amazing, very lucky, and unless you want to import it, you won't find another plant this size for this price at all. That is the Anthurium longissimilobum. Wow. It's very fun. It's very unusual looking anthurium, that's for sure. This plant is actually not for sale, but it will be in the future after they continue to grow out the propagations that they have of it. This is the Begonia blancii. Now what's important to know is that there are multiple different varieties of Begonia blancii. I don't believe that they have specific names, but there are some green forms, there's some orange forms, and then there's this beautiful, like almost like a strawberry shake-esque vibe to it. It's got very mottled leaves. It has some lemon lime in here, but also some very dark emerald green, some brown, and then red backs of the leaves. It is by far one of my favorite begonias. I actually do have two varieties of this begonia growing at home in my paludarium. I absolutely love it. Again, this specific plant is not currently for sale, but they will have Begonia blancii for sale in the future. Another thing I like about it is that the leaves are such a weird, unique shape. I don't feel like normal people typically see.
Plants always hit you with the double I at the end, and it said like EI.
Very fun.
Adinson EI, but it's just two I's.
Yep. It's a very beautiful begonia. I love it a lot.
Oh, it's a begonia.
You didn't, I said begonia.
I wasn't listening. I heard blancii and I was like, the plant's not white, but she said blanc.
Yeah.
And blanc means white.
Chris is a French.
French.
French. I made the Italian inside for French.
That's what I made fun of it. I'm like that and I said French.
This is actually a very special little plant here. We have a solanum uleanum.
Salami.
This is a very special, very popular terrarium plant. It's a black and purple, like kind of feathered, very soft textured terrarium plant. It gets very long. Like this is a very small version of this plant. However, it's extremely popular and very hard to find. This one in particular is $45, but remember it is 30% off. The whole store right now is 30% off until Sunday. And today is what? Friday? Okay, you might be including Sunday, or it cuts off?
Sunday.
Okay,
At the end of the day, Sunday.
The time of you're seeing this, you will be able to get everything in the store at 30% off, but only at the time of seeing this for Mother's Day. It's very pretty. I like it. It is definitely a plant I would like to incorporate at some point. However, it is very fast growing. This is a terrarium plant that will vine like all around, kind of similar in pattern to like a ficus villosa, how it's just gonna like go all over. It's gonna, I don't know, it's just very fun. I like it. A lot of collectors, what's it called? Situations? Collections. This is so fun. This is a water plant. If you didn't know, the Chlorophyll Corner not only specializes in houseplants, but also terrarium tropicals and aquatic plants, fish.
They got betta fish.
Yeah, and this is some little red root floaters. I actually had these in my care for a little bit before I brutally murdered them.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, I just didn't take care of them. It was like an impulsive purchase. I went to my local aquatic store and got some.
Had our little fish bowls while they lasted.
Yeah, they were pretty until I killed them. These are super fun. If you can zoom in as close as possible, Chris, you
Hold
can.
it closer to your face.
Well, I can't. It'll spill. You have to kind of move the camera over.
No, hold it higher. There you go.
Okay, just zoom in as close as possible. The top of these leaves are actually hydrophobic. They have these little fibers on them that will just wick the water right away. And that's how the plant actually stays floating on top, because anytime it gets submerged, it will just like push the water, and you can see there's like air bubbles, and over time it'll just kind of pop back up to the top of the surface, which is actually super fun. This little cup is $10 and they're very fun to have. If you put them in an actual tank, like I literally put them in a bowl of water, in a bowl of beta water, and then I just left them.
It's like a fish bowl with no fish in it.
Yeah, if you have like a fish tank, you know, I think that these are really cute. It helps prevent algae in green water because they absorb all that stuff through the brown roots right there. The nutrients. Joe knows more than me. I'm not a plant water person, but Joe is. So come to the colorful corner. He's cringing. Plant water person. Here we have one of my favorite begonias. I have this one at home. It is my obsession. It is Begonia green chlorosticta. I love it. It's my favorite thing ever. It has these very beautiful like green leaves. Sometimes though they do get pretty dark. It is easy to confuse the green chlorosticta with the red chlorosticta. So maybe if I'm feeling spunky, I'll put a comparison photo on the screen, but I also might not, so don't get too excited. I'm pretty lazy. I love it. I personally love this plant. It's very hardy. This is definitely a good beginner begonia. It is very, I don't know, it's just so good. I absolutely love it. The new leaves when they come in this like lime color. And as long as you have any kind of decent humidity, like 50% or higher in a closed situation, you're keeping the substrate that it's in moist, it's gonna do super duper good. I kept mine, it was literally a leaf cutting like this, just that right there. Kept it in a baggie for 2 months and it lived, and then I planted it. It lived and thrived, okay? And then I planted it and it did even better. So this is like by far, I preach about this begonia. I love it. I think it's so good. So it's Begonia green chlorosticta. I love it. Red chlorosticta is not that much harder. However, red chlorosticta, in my opinion, does require a little bit higher humidity, so you're gonna want at least 60 to 65% resting in a closed environment. Oh, and this one is $45. We have our philodendron gloriosum zebra. This is a beautiful
horse.
gloriosum.
Everything's a horse.
A horse? Zebras are not horses.
They're equines or equines or whatever you call them. They're in the same family. What do you mean they're not horses?
Well, listen, this isn't a horse. This is a plant. You're so silly. This
like
is the newest leaf right here. These are crawlers, which means that they kind of crawl along the ground. They don't vine upwards. It's actually funny because people have started putting their gloriosums about a year ago in these kind of like long pots that just have, they're just like very long, and then their gloriosums just kind of like grow across the, but this plant right here is $260 plus the 30% off sale. And it's just very pretty. It's very nice. Gloriosum is an amazing starter, kind of like rare philodendron. So if you're wanting to get into like rare phillos and you want something that's going to be very forgiving, the gloriosum is definitely a good place to start. This is a really good one to have that really nice bright color. Lots of gloriosums will have more green veining instead of this bright white vein. It also has 4 really nice leaves, and while they did survive import, I think that they still look nice. This one too, even though it's a little damaged, it still looks really good. So yeah, the new leaf.
You can like see through it. It's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a fan of leaves that have character. I don't mind when leaves get little bumps and bruises because I feel like it makes the plant look more interesting. But that's just me. This is probably one of my favorite things. If not my favorite thing in the entire store. This is a beautiful little moss ball that we have hanging from a little, gosh, it's like a super strong suction cup at the very top. I showed Joe Benji's video because they both have a lot in common with aquarium plants, and they both also make a lot of Japanese inspired plant art. Came back this time and he had one of these, which is what Benji makes in his video, and I was obsessed with it. And this is actually for sale, is $370, but with the Mother's Day discount sale, it would be $260, which is an amazing price. There are some very rare miniature orchids that are on the outside of this, so if you're confused about the price, that is why. It's also covered in live moss that does have active spores on it, so the moss is going to continue growing, continue being green. It's definitely my favorite thing to stare at in the store because it's literally just like a floating planet of moss and orchids, which is kind of like my favorite thing in the world right now. Next, in the spirit of Arizona, we actually have a rare cactus. This is a crested, okay, hold. Crested crested euphorbia myrtillocactus. Yeah? Yes, are hard to find. These are not the ones that you're seeing at Home Depot. These are very, very special old cactus. For these to get big, it takes a long time because they grow in a different formation than a typical cactus. This one in particular is $290 and it is still covered in all the farina, which is like plant sunblock. That's the kind of blue dust. I personally love these. I love weird like monstrous cactuses, specifically blue cactus. If you guys remember, I had Blue Cactus Club forever ago. That was a thing. But yeah, I don't know, I love it. In the spirit of Arizona, I did want to include one of these dudes. There's also some very large astrophytum over there that are potted up. Here we have scindapsus exotica. This is probably one of my favorite plants that they sell here because theirs look so good. Oh, this one has a little bit of variegation on it too. That's been something that's been happening a lot, is like scindapsus pixis are just like getting random little sport variegation, but this plant is $40 before.
What does variegation look like on this plant?
Well, this is it's got a tiny, just right there, there's a little lime green fleck. Yeah, I don't know, it's just, they are very full plants, they grow very fast, they're silvery and beautiful and kind of slept on in my opinion. I feel like 2 years ago this plant was really popular and now people aren't really talking about scindapsus. But $40 is an amazing price. It's actually what I paid for mine like a year ago. And again, you are getting that 30% off, so yeah. Scindapsus pictus exotica. All right, hopefully the no spider is gonna kill me. But here we have this absolutely ginormous spider plant. It has so many babies. This dude is $60 before the Mother's Day discount, and it is big. Oh my gosh, I mean it's massive. It keeps poking me in the eye. This is such a good deal for a spider plant this big, you guys. Normally spider plants this big are like 100 or more, especially for one that has all the babies. So if you've been wanting a large spider plant and you're just like waiting for someone to tell you to pull the trigger, come get it. It's at a Clarksville corner, 60 bucks. It's amazing price. Very healthy, extremely lush. It's also currently putting out new baby spikes as we speak. So yeah, if you want one, it's here. You can come get it. That is gonna be it for this video. I absolutely love the Clarksville Corner. I love that show. Lets me come here and get some fun little extra content. If you are interested in coming and visiting the Clarksville Corner, it is located in Arizona, in Tempe, Arizona. There's also a giveaway running right now that you can enter. I will include the giveaway link. It is through Instagram. Don't forget to follow the Clarksville Corner on Instagram. Let me know if there were any of these plants that you have on your wish list, or if you added any of these plants to your wish list. Let me know if you plan on coming and picking up any of these. There's so many more plants in the store. Just yesterday or the day before, I posted a store tour including prices. I do know that if you are interested in buying anything, you can always call the shop and do an inquiry about if they'll ship to you or not, or you know, whatever. But I love it here. Probably like one of my top favorite 2 shops that exist. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe. Let me know what your current wishlist plants are down in the comment section down below. And I'll just have to see you guys in the next houseplant section. Thank you so much, Kim Klanowski, Lauren Alexandra, and Botanicas for the extra and continued channel support. And I'll see you guys in the next houseplant section. Bye!